Here with Hekkie, the Hekkie Budler, and it's been a while, obviously, since we chat. A lot has changed, and you're on the comeback trial at the moment. Firstly, you had a daughter. How does it feel to become a father?
It's the greatest feeling in the world. Like I said, when I won the Ring Magazine belt, was my greatest achievement. Well, second after getting married. This one trumps all of them. She's lovely, she's beautiful, Freya Lennon Budler. I'm absolutely in love all over again. But yeah, it's been exciting. We've been blessed.
Well, is this something now? Obviously, you want to make your comeback, but you got extra motivation now. You got someone that you have to feed, you have to love. The comeback fights, how motivated are you now because of that?
Yeah, more than ever. And I still want to be a world champion. I want to win my titles back again, win some other ones that I haven't won yet. But it's true, I need to make money, need to put food on the table, need to get my daughter through school one day. So yeah, I'm extra motivated and I can't wait to get into the ring.
What are those titles that you haven't won? I mean, you've won WBA, IBF, Ring Magazine. Is it the BO and the BC that you need?
BO and WBC, I'd like to win them. Good champions as well, probably two of the best champions in the weight division. I'd love to fight them. I'd like to, I'd like to test myself against the best in the division, and I'd like to have my rematch of my last fight. I need to have a rematch. I really want a rematch. Hopefully I can get it. But we'll see what happens. I've got a good management team behind me, and they know what's best for me.
Well, it's strange how the world works because you're literally, I think, number 3 in the WBC at the moment. You're one fight away from potentially fighting Kinshura, so that could be another dream ticked off. How do you feel at this point in your career? Are you able to go ahead and overcome yet another hurdle? Because every time you lose, you come back and you do something special. Are you able to do that again?
God willing, yes. I believe so. My family believes so. Hopefully Colin believes so. I think he does. Otherwise he wouldn't have pushed me. But yeah, God willing, it does happen. I can get to that level again, fight the top guys. Like I said, I'm rated highly in the WBC. I was actually rated a bit higher, but because of the pandemic, we can't fight. But yeah, hopefully things will start getting better now, and things are starting to open up. The borders are starting to open up. We can get the fighters from overseas in. So hopefully things started getting better now, and I can fight.
From a fan's perspective, when they're asking you, Hekkie, what's next? What do you tell them? I mean, what is the steps? Am I right in saying that it is one fight and then the WBC fight?
Hopefully. I think I'll first have a tune-up fight, just a fight to get back into the ring, most probably, and then probably elimination. I think we'll fight an elimination fight, and then I'll fight for the title, hopefully. But this is boxing. Things always change in boxing. My next fight might be for the world title. You know how it goes in this game. But I'll be ready for anything. My fans must just wait the same as me. Wait and see what happens.
One of the other things was you were supposed to fight in South Africa. And I know it's been a while since you've been traveling to Asia a lot. You've been doing really well abroad. But missing out on the opportunity to fight in front of your fans, obviously now it's like, even if you fight in South Africa, it's not in front of your fans. Or maybe streamed on TV or anything like that. Did you feel like a bit upset by that?
Yeah, it was over a year that I didn't fight, close to being a year that I didn't fight, and I was so happy I'm getting a fight, and I was in South Africa 3 days before the lockdown started, or 2 days or something, I can't even remember. It was so close to the lockdown. It was disheartening, but I get it. It was supposed to happen. It was a good thing that it did happen. Not at the right time, but it had to happen. And yeah, it's nice to fight in front of the family. It would have been great to fight in front of the family and my fans, but what can I do? I fight while I make the money and where I can get fights. I know that my fans still watch if they're able to. So yeah, I'm happy for whenever I can fight.
In terms of your legacy though, I mean, if you don't go on to win WBC and get WBO titles like you want to complete like all the belts, do you feel satisfied? I mean, Ring Magazine's a huge title. It's the biggest title in the game. Would you be satisfied just being like, okay, I've done what I've done?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. My biggest dream when I turned professional, even before I turned professional, when I was an amateur fighter, was to win the Ring Magazine belt. I never wanted to go to the Olympics, so I wanted to be a Ring Magazine champion, and I did that. But I believe there's still some left in me. If I don't win another world title, I believe that I failed myself, because I still believe I still have that in me. But I don't know, people and you people and normal people will judge my legacy when I retire one day.
What do you think about, I'm going to bring up a topic that might happen, might not happen, DJ Krill, did an interview with him as well, and he said like it would be an honor to fight you one day. He didn't say it in a bad way, he didn't say that he wants to fight you, but he said it would be an honor. How would you feel about fighting someone like him one day?
Not that good actually, I'm being honest. DJ's a great friend of mine, I absolutely love the boy. He was like my student, and I was his master, and we used to spar, and I used to always try and help as much as I can. And I believe DJ will be a world champ again soon. I know he was supposed to fight for the championship before all this pandemic. Hopefully he'll get the chance again. But it'd be an honour to fight him as well, Mark, because I think DJ is one of the best fighters in the division, one of the best fighters that was in the country before he moved. But I just pray and hope for the best for him, and hope he has a great career.
With Hotbox's ever expanding stable, I should say, obviously there's a lot of guys around now. Your opportunities, do you still see them being up there, or maybe a little bit limited? What do you think?
I think it's limited because of the pandemic, not because of the fighters we have. The top guys in a gym normally have the guys that have got world recognition normally have better opportunities. But because of the pandemic at the moment, the other guys are getting their shots now.
Yeah.
But I believe that I've got the right team behind me. I've got a great trainer in Colin and Fusi, trainers I have to say, and they always look out for the best in us. They always get the best fights or get the best deals that they can get for us. So I believe all of us have got the opportunities and will get the opportunities.
There was actually a call out, now that we're speaking about fights and stuff, there's a call out from the Eastern Cape, and there is always call outs from the next up and coming Eastern Cape boxer. They all want to fight you, they all want to prove themselves. I guess that's the point of the boxing game, is to try to take a step. What did you think of the fact of Rumble Africa calling you out to fight Steven Onshinga, another up and coming boxer?
I honestly rate him. I also believe he will be a world champion. Not he will be a world champion. And that will always happen. I've been called out a few times. That's how boxing goes. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't happen. I think I'd love to fight him when he's ready. If it happens, it happens. Like I say, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I believe it, like I said again, he's a great fighter. He'll be a world champion. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm ready to fight anybody. I'm open to anybody. But I want to win world titles. I want to take a step backwards. I want to go forward.
So it wouldn't be unfair to assume that, he's just not ready at this moment, and it's not a fight that makes sense for you at the moment. What makes sense for you is fighting for the WBC world title. You highly rated in that organization. Is that basically your stance? Yeah,
I believe he's ready to fight anybody in the world. A lot of guys at the moment, if you look at Lomachenko, he had 2 fights and he fought for the world title. Some guys just have that ability. I don't know if he has that ability. What I've seen so far, he does. But we'll see what happens. Boxing is a weird game. Like I said, I might fight for the world title in my next fight. That's just what happens. But we'll see what happens. If there's nothing on the table and we have the fight, we'll take it. I've got Colin in my corner, and he knows what's best for me, and I take what Colin gives me.
Well, let's talk about that. Obviously, you've been with Colin Nathan your entire career. You've been a one-man guy. How much have you learned from him, and do you still have like that faith that you guys are going to go on and do something special together?
Definitely. I've learned everything I know from boxing from Colin. Don't get me wrong, my amateur career, I had a brilliant amateur coach, Nicky Ness, probably the best amateur coach in the country. But amateur boxing, pro boxing, a bit of a difference. And Colin, he took my amateur career, my amateur skills, and improved it and turned it into a professional fighter. And I believe with Colin's help, I can still be win another few world titles. Not in the one more, a few more.
So you announced that you're back now. You made an Instagram post, letting everyone know, and that's also why we're doing the interview today, is to kind of say, Hekkie Budler is back. He wants to fight again. Realistically, for your body and getting ready, when will you be ready by?
Whenever Colin wants me to be. I'm started training a few weeks back at home. Another at Alan Wheels gym. He actually helped me out with some training there because it's close to my house. I'm back in my gym now. We'll see what happens. But when Colin tells me he wants me to fight, I'll be ready. I'll make sure I'm ready. Weight's coming down. That's a normal thing the fighters complain about. But I'm ready when Colin wants me to be ready. If I get a nice 4, 5, 6 weeks to train, I'll be super ready.
That's also a nice special touch. I mean, you went to Alan Wheels gym just to, shake off some of the rust and, get fit again. But also you're in the presence of only the other Ring Magazine champion that South Africa has produced. Did that bring nostalgic value for you?
Yeah, definitely, because there's a big photo in the gym of him there with his belt. It's a great honour to see that. I wish I could have met him. That's one of the things I wish I could have done. But yeah, it's a great honour, and I'm learning. You learn from everybody. If you stop learning in boxing, you must stop boxing completely, because you'll never know enough.
I think that's actually really good. I mean, you never stop learning, even at your age and all the stuff that you've achieved in your career. You never stop learning. Same thing with a Maruti Mtsilane. I'm pretty sure he's still learning as well. Floyd Mayweather, everyone. Lastly, a message for people out there, stating that you're back and everything like that.
watch his space, watch Hayden's posts and Hayden's interviews. You'll know probably first and say first when I'll be fighting. Hopefully it's soon. Take care, guys. God bless. Love you all.